Hey, what is up, music lovers, connoisseurs, collectors of all forms of music, vinyl specifically, vinyl community? What is up? You know, the intro never stays the same. It's your friendly neighborhood Eric Enigma here with another new vinyl editions video. Yes, I have quite a few to go through right now since the last one. Yeah, I've been waiting for some things to come in for a while, and they're finally here. So let's crack into them. We have quite a bit, and I'm not gonna go through all these one by one. So let's start with this several records. We're gonna do it once. Hopefully we can get through this and not make this its own video itself, basically, which is kind of what I was planning on doing, but they ended up sending these individually. Well, not individually, but they sent some of these separate orders, whatever. They didn't all come together. Now, if you remember, I did, if you haven't seen it, I guess, let me just assume you haven't seen it, I did a video called The Unboxing of Death. It was in a little unboxing I did of some merch I got from Relapse Records, which I guess they have the rights to all things of the legendary Chuck Schuldiner led death metal band that is Death. They you know, I guess they have the rights to pretty much distribute the records, you know, and merchandise and stuff. But yeah, in that unboxing opened, I ordered a few records. I ordered 3 records, or 3 Death records on vinyl. It was the first 3. It was Scream Bloody Gore, Leprosy, and Spiritual Healing. Now, they told me they ran out of Spiritual Healing, so they refunded me that. But I got those 2 records, and I got a couple of Death shirts, a long sleeve and a short sleeve. Not this one. This one came with these. Sometime after that, they ended up putting reissues of the rest of the Death catalog on vinyl with cool splattered colored vinyl designs. They had all of them except my favorite, the one that got me into Death, which was Symbolic. They didn't have that one, but they did have all the others. It was perfect timing. I can afford it, so I got it. I got them all here. I got them. Let's get them in order. Why don't we? Let's do that. First off, Spiritual Healing. That's the one I didn't have that I wanted. Check out the back. Badass. Yeah. So I finally have Spiritual Healing on vinyl. Let's see what vinyl looks like. The vinyl looks dope, by the way. It's nice, kind of bloomers, but it's like the color of the cover of the record, except splattered throughout on see-through. It's really dope. Next one we have is Human. This is one of my favorites. It's probably my second favorite Death record, Human. Yeah, man. Had to have this one. Here you go. See? Once again, kind of like the cover, just splattered throughout the record, which is what I love. That's a dope, like, such a dope way to do it. I almost dropped them. Individual Thought Patterns. Another one. This is probably my 3rd favorite Death record. Symbolic's my favorite, which is why I'm very upset that they didn't have that one for some reason. Back up for reissue. That would have been the first one I bought. I'm gonna have to check back here to see if they have it. Chuck in the band right there. tired. And the last one of the Death records is The Sound of Perseverance. The final one, the last Death record. This one's a gatefold. This is somewhat of an iconic picture of the lineup for this record. And to be completely honest, this isn't my favorite. This record's great. There's not a bad Death record, but this isn't my favorite lineup. This isn't my favorite Death album. This Splatter's probably the best, with the red and the black in there. This one's a little better. Look at this. Yeah, up there. All four of the Death records I need. I'm missing Symbolic. So if you want to be a good friend of Eric Nigma, keep your boy posted about that Symbolic reissue on vinyl. I need that for the collection, so I can have all the Death records on vinyl. Now let's move on to the next record, which is gonna be a little interesting to talk about. Try not to spend too much time on it, but is the new Creeper record, Sex, Void, and the Infinite... Sex, Death, and the Infinite Void. I was about to say Sex, Void, and the Infinite Death, but Sex, Death, and the Infinite Void. This is the new album, Creeper, follow-up of Eternally in Your Arms, which was their debut album. Creeper is... I don't know what to call Creeper after this record. Like, I was gonna say they're like a sort of kind of emo punk, kind of horror punk, British band. But I mean, after this album, I don't know what to classify them as. Just a good band, that's all I'll say. They're just a really good, one of the newer bands you should keep your eye on, because they're really good. They really remind me of like AFI and My Chemical Romance, which I think that's what a lot of people would say. Let's see what's up here. Check this out. It's purple vinyl, I believe. Yeah. I'm right. Purple vinyl. Yes. I really liked all the previous stuff, so I was really, really looking forward to this record. But after a few listens, I have to say I like it. I don't love it though. I like it. I went out on a limb because I did like the singles Born Code and I don't know, what was the other one? I know Born Code was one of the main lead singles they put out, but that's the one I remember the most, because I wasn't really trying to hear what the single sounded like. I was just looking forward to the record, because a lot of people thought Creeper was broke up after the last album, because of some stunt they did. But they have a podcast. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put the name of the podcast here. But they have a podcast series that really kind of covers everything they went through in the making of this record. And man, this is one of those records where like the band has a crazy story about what they went through. Like they went through a lot, man. I mean, just, you know, between Ian and Will alone, man, they went through a lot. During the making of this record, man. This I could see how this is like probably the like something they're very proud of because of a lot of work they went through, and or how this could end up being like a very trademark record for them in their career, because this you know, something about it feels like a lot went into this, or just this was a, you know, there's a lot of emotion in this record. I can hear it. And then that podcast just them detailing what they went through during the recording of this, and just after pretty much the end of their Eternally in Your Arms era, it just sounds, like, this was not something they just went in the studio and turned out like it was nothing. Like, nah, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Emphasis on the tears that went into this record. So yeah, it'll grow on. I think it'll grow on me quite a bit. There's some tracks on here I definitely like on this. Most of them are on the latter half of it, but yeah, I'm more of a fan of the previous stuff they were doing. I have to say that, but this is definitely not bad. Not bad. I think it's gonna have to grow on me a little more, though. I'll say that. So, if you remember the last new vinyl editions video I did, or if you've seen it, I kind of mentioned a record that I was thinking about getting at that time. Also, I've pictured this for Backstreet Boys' Millennium. Now, I've kind of been wondering if I should get that. We'll see. So while I was editing that video, I just happened to look to see how much that record cost, and incredibly cheap. Got it right there on the spot, and so, boop, yeah, I own this now too. Backstreet Boys Millennium on picture disc. I just went for it, I mean, Millennium and No Strings Attached. I remember how big those records were and just how big the bands were at those times in their careers. I mean, I was there. I remember it. They were all over everything I watched, whether it was Nickelodeon, whether it was Disney Channel, whether it was MTV. Like, the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were crazy, and it was off of the success of No Strings Attached in this record. So having this in my collection along with No Strings Attached, it's a big deal for me, because I remember I remember this era. So yeah, I guess I'll take it out a little bit just to see, and I do know the whole thing about picture disc, but that's about it. Let's see if we're back. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I do know the whole thing about picture disc, and I agree. Some picture discs just do not sound that good. But I think this is another one just for collector's purposes for me. All right, next set of records. Something a little harder. I know I love Backstreet Boys, I love Millennium, but you guys know, you guys should know at this point, I go a little harder with my stuff, man. Such as Full of Hell. Yeah. I still don't know what's the difference so much between power violence and grindcore. But regardless, I love both. And Full of Hell is one of the bands that I've gravitated to the most, really, in getting into whichever genre you want to say they fall in between those two. Some of you are probably screaming right now, neither, but I don't care. Full of Hell, it's the shit. This one is Roots of Earth and Rudiments of Mutilation. This is the first two Full of Hell records. Here, because they're so short, it's like you just fit them into one record. You want to make two separate ones. So I don't know if this is black vinyl or what. Oh, the dreaded black sleeve. Son of a bitch. Gray. Just gray vinyl. Just straight plain gray.
One eternity later.
You guys have no idea how much I hate black paper sleeve. Black paper sleeve. Damn it. Gay folk, look inside. It's the band, Full of Hell. There you go. God, I hate black paper sleeves, man. They just make it so difficult to put the records in. And this one is Weeping Choir. I was gonna say contradictions. It's Weeping Choir. Where do I get these album times from? Out in my brain. I don't know. I think this one might be plain. Just regular black vinyl. Nothing to show here, people. Except this nice cover. Check it out. Check out the back too. It's pretty dope. Full of Hell's dope. Fucking love Full of Hell. If you've never heard Full of Hell and you like some like crazy, you know, kind of not really noise rock, but kind of just chaos. You know, if you're familiar with bands like Daughters and Botch and Nails, and you haven't heard Full of Hell, then start with these. These are my two faves. Start with those. I haven't heard Full of Health, the collab they did with Health. Yeah, I haven't heard that yet. I don't know if it's out yet. I have to check. Last time I checked, it wasn't out yet. But and last but not least, Food by MF Doom. Top 5. In my top 5. Everyone has the top 5 favorite rappers if you love hip hop. My top 5 definitely includes MF Doom, Metalface, aka Victor Vaughn, formerly known as Zeb Love X. But we're talking about MF Doom, Metalface Doom. Yeah. This is one of my favorite records by the villain himself, man. And it's a classic. Everyone knows this is a classic, man. I have Operation Doomsday. Of course, I have Mad Villainy. And now I have this. And what I'm missing now from my collection is Born Like This. Is that the 2009 one? And definitely Danger Doom. But I don't know if Danger Doom is on vinyl. I love Danger Doom, though. Danger Doom is one of my favorites, easily. Those are my top 5 favorite MF Doom records. So yeah, hopefully I will get those on vinyl someday. But I have this now. I officially have the 3 that are like the most sought after by any Doom fan. Doomsday, Operation Doomsday, Mad Villainy, and now in Food. Food. I don't know why I say in Food, but yeah. So yeah, now I have this one. I'm gonna be careful because that's a very light kind of cover. Yeah, just his rapping style is just something I love. Here's what it looks like. It's like a greenish grayish color. The record, it's whatever. It's not why I bought it though. I didn't really buy it because of the color of the record. You know, because I would have got it on the wax. It's a reissue. Doom tweeted it out himself, and yeah, I had to have it, man. I need it for my collection. It's one of my favorite Doom records. Why would I not get it? This one is a different color. This is a pink, so you know, kind of. I realize I haven't really been doing favorite tracks. See, this is the thing I hate about paper covers, man. They're sometimes too big, too flimsy. They won't go in. It's so annoying. So annoying. There we go. Yeah, some of my favorites though on here, definitely Beef Rap, Hot Cakes, One Beer, Deep Fried Friends, easily one of my faves. Con Carne, Con Queso, of course, Rap Snitch Canisius, you know, just really the whole record, the whole fucking record. I love it, man. It's a classic if you ask me, man. If you haven't heard this record, man, do yourself a favor and listen to this. It is really good. It's a great rap record. May not be for everyone, but in my opinion, I think everyone should give it a listen just to further the rap palette. But yeah, those are all the new additions to my record collection, man. So yeah, what do you think? Any of these records, one of your favorites or some of your favorites? So talk about it in the comments and whatnot. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the video around to your fellow vinyl friends or fans, anyone you know who may be a fan of this music, these albums. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm Eric Nigma because you aren't, and that's okay. All right, see you guys later.